And if something bad happened to you, if something not good, not in line with your plan, فَلَا تَقُولْ, don't ever say لَوْ أَنِّي فَعَلْتُ كَانَ كَذَا وَكَذَا. If I were doing this, if I were, something like that. So don't do this. Okay? So don't doing it. If I were is like we regret something, we regret for the past. So Prophet said in this hadith to do this. وَلَكِنْ قُولْ, but say قَدَّرَ اللَّهُ وَمَا شَاءَ فَعَلَ. قَدَّرَ اللَّهُ means it is arranged by Allah SWT. This is taqdeer from Allah SWT, and Allah do what planned by Allah SWT. So this is all taqdeer from Allah SWT. If something, for instance, we are failed to do something, that qadarullah means to be positive in the future. This is the point. And related by saying regret, it doesn't mean Islam avoid us not to do evaluation. In fact, Islam told us to do evaluation. Another hadith about character of Muslim, Prophet ﷺ said, "Ma yaldighul Muslim fi hujrin wahidin marratan." A Muslim, I'm sorry, I forgot, is it Muslim or Mu'min? But Muslim or Mu'min, they didn't fall into the same hole for 2 times. Means they didn't fall into the same fail 2 times. So again, if we imagine, for instance, someone didn't recognize Muslim, then he know this teaching of Islam, then maybe he have the picture of Muslim is people who take good lessons from his mistake, because he never put in the 2 mistake twice. It means he take good lessons from the mistake which he's done before. So this is Muslim. If he done something, then he take lessons, but he didn't keep in his regret all of the time. So he regret, he take the lessons, and then he face the future in a positive way. This all the past is already Allah SWT put that as taqdeer. So in the next, he InsyaAllah try to be better. Okay? Because here Prophet ﷺ said, فَإِنَّ لَوْ تَفْتَهُ عَمَلَ الشَّيْطَانِ. Because if we keep saying low, if I were, if I was, this will open the door of amal shaitan, the action of shaitan. I mean, means the bad deeds. It will open the bad deeds. And the worst, the slowest bad deeds is not to do anything, because we say, if I were. In the same time you said if I were, you should be able to make at least plan to the better future. This is the lowest, let's say, not the worst. The worst is if we do something bad to ourselves and then we stop in doing the things. So this is worse. Okay. Again, Prophet ﷺ said, فَإِنَّ لَوْ تَفْتَهُ عَمَلَ الشَّيْطَانِ. Because keep regretting the past will open the door of deed of shaitan, bad action. Okay, so that's this hadith which is narrated by Imam Muslim. We read complete of the hadith. One of the important hadith. It is, if possible, maybe it's good to remember this hadith from Abu Hurairah. And Abi Hurairah radiallahu anhu qala, Abu Hurairah said that the Prophet ﷺ said, Al-mu'minul qawi khairun wa habbu ila Allah min al-mu'minid da'if. That the strong mu'min is more loved by Allah SWT. It's better, and Allah loves them more compared to the weak mu'min. Wa fi kulli khairin, but again, because they are both mu'min, they are still good compared to the non-mu'min. Ihris ala ma yanfa'uka, so be enthusiastic to do something useful for you. Wasta'in billahi wa la ta'jiz, and ask help from Allah SWT, wa la ta'jiz, and don't be weak. Don't be weak. We stressed before is don't stop in doing good things. Keep doing the good things. Keep struggle to achieve the goal. Wa in asabaka shay'un fala taqul, and if something bad happened to you, don't say law anni fa'altu kana kada wa kada. If I done something else, it might be like this or like this. It might be like this or like this. Okay. But say, walakin kul, but say, qaddarallah wa ma sha'a fa'al. Qaddarallah wa ma sha'a fa'al. This is all taqdeer of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay. Wa ma sha'a fa'ala. And what is wanted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will do it. Allah will do it. Fa inna law, because law, by saying if I were, taftahu amal shaitan, will open the door of shaitan's deed, bad deeds. Okay. That's from the hadith. So the next hadith, also in this chapter, a story again about the companion. An Abi Firas Rabi'ah bin Ka'ab al-Aslami, from one of the companion, Abu Firas Rabi'ah bin Ka'ab al-Aslami. And this companion is said in this hadith, Khadimi Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is the servant of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Wa min ahli Sufa, and among the Ahlu Sufa, people who didn't go for work, he stayed in the mosque and to study and to know the teaching of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This companion said, Kuntu abidu ma Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. One time I spent the night with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Fa'atihi biwadu'ihi wa hajatihi. At that night, I helped him with what he needs, including his water for wudu. In Arabic, wudu is the activity of wudu. Wudu is the water for wudu. So he said, Fa'atihi biwadu'ihi. I give him the water for wudu. And then Prophet ﷺ, because someone done something good for him, Prophet ﷺ want to reward him and say, Salni, ask dua, make your dua. Fakultu, then this companion said, As'aluka murafataka fil jannah. So what is the dua of this companion? He made the dua, As'aluka murafataka fil jannah. I ask you, I ask you to be close to you in the heaven of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? To be close to the heaven of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So in this part also lessons. What is the obsession of the Sahaba? This is their obsession. What they ask is reflected their obsession. So they didn't ask other thing. They didn't ask something worldly, but they asked, As'aluka murafataka fil jannah. I want to be close with you, not only here tonight, but I want to be close with you in the heaven of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, so this is lessons about the obsession of the Sahaba. They obsess good things in the hereafter. Okay, and of course we need to be like this, and we'd like also to remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, who have good obsession in the hereafter, InsyaAllah, Allah will arrange his problem in the dunya. Allah will arrange his problem in this dunya. Okay? Man kana himmatuhu fi dunya, but whoever his obsession is only in this dunya, then Allah will make him alone with his problem in this dunya. So he need to cover all the problem by himself in this dunya. But his obsession is in the hereafter, and to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will cover his problem in this dunya. Allah will cover his problem in this dunya. And this is as also in the verses when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهِ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مِنْ أَمْرِهِ يُسْرًا. Whoever taqwa to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then Allah will make his problem easy. Allah will make his problem easy. Okay? So including the taqwa is to have good obsession only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the hereafter. Okay. So after this companion said that he want to be close with Prophet ﷺ in the hereafter, Prophet ﷺ then tested him and said, أَوْ غَيْرَ ذَلِكَ, is there something else? Then the companion said, قُلْتُ هُوَ ذَاكَ, only that, I want to be close to you in the heaven of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then Prophet ﷺ said, فَأَعِنِّي عَلَى نَفْسِكَ بِكَثْرَةِ السُّجُودِ, then help me for your demand. You ask me to be close with me. Of course, Prophet ﷺ cannot afford it because Everything is by Allah SWT, by the izin and tawfiq of Allah SWT. But you can help, you can do something to help this thing happen by bikasrati sujud. Perform many of sujud. Perform much of sujud. Okay? So this is, again, this is something practical that we can do. Do many sujud. But remember, sujud means pray, not only sujud. Not only sujud, but pray. Okay? This is also words for some action that he sometimes perform only sujud without pray. Some scholars say this action is actually not. The source of this action is weak because sujud means including the pray itself. So what it means here is to do much pray, not only the sujud itself, okay, but the pray. So we can do many of the pray that we want. One day, 1,000 times is possible if you want, and if you can do it, as long as not in the forbidden time. Okay? Forbidden time is like after Fajr until Shuruq. So we cannot pray in this time, or several minutes before Zuhur, when the sun is above our head. Because the definition of Zuhur is when the sun already fall from the top of our head, from the top. And also after the Asar until Maghrib. It is forbidden to make pray in this time without reason. Actually, there's this words in our scholars. Some say it is okay if you have reason. For instance, you came to the mosque, so you have the reason to pray because you pray Tahiyatul Masjid. If you are praying because you perform wudu, you perform Shukrul wudu, then you pray for Shukrul wudu. So some scholars says it is okay if you have the reason. But if you pray because of the praise, this is called sunnah. Not have the special reason, just to pray sunnah. Okay, so this is forbidden in this 5 times. But if you have the reasons, like you entering the masjid and you want to pray Tahiyatul Masjid, then it's okay. If you want to pray Shukrul wudu because you just perform wudu, then it is also okay. Okay, so the point is, we can make the struggle by doing many sujud. And sujud, again, including the pray, Related to sujud, to motivate ourselves, another hadith in this book, in this chapter, an Abi Abdullah, what you call, and also said the name is Abu Abdurrahman, Thawban, Mawla Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, from the companion Thawban, also the servant of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Qala, Thawban said, Sami'tu Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam yaqul, I heard Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam say, Alayka bi kathrati sujud. So it is obligation for you to make many sujud. Alayka means it is for you to do many sujud. Again, sujud means salah, pray. فَإِنَّكَ لَن تَسْجُدَ لِلَّهِ سَجْدَةً إِلَّا رَفَعَكَ اللَّهُ بِهَا دَرَجَةً وَحَطَّ عَنْكَ بِهَا خَطِيئَةً. فَإِنَّكَ, and truly, if you perform one sujud, then Allah will increase your level, and Allah SWT will erase your bad things with one sujud. Okay? With one sujud. Okay, so this is hopefully will motivate us. This hadith narrated by Imam Muslim, hadith sahih by Imam Muslim. So every time we perform sujud, then Allah will increase our level and will erase our bad deeds, insyaAllah. Okay. So hopefully by doing many amal, we can have the highest level in the face of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.